Welcome to half double crochet. Let's crochet together. Today we want to crochet this cozy shrug with this beautiful pattern. It's perfect for spring weather when it's still a little bit chilly outside, and it's just a beautiful blanket with sleeve. So let's start. You need some yarn, and I have this beautiful yarn from Creativity. I used 2.5 balls of yarn for my shrug, so I needed around 400 grams of yarn. Then I used a 5mm hook, then a stitch marker and a tape measure. So let's start. We start with a slip knot and then we need to chain. We chain by yarning over and pulling through. This is a chain. And you just continue to chain until you have 100 centimeters length. We need a multiple of 6, so just continue with groups of 6 chains until you have the right length. I did 186 chains. When you have the right length and the right number of chains, so remember it needs to be divided by 6, add one more chain and then we can start with our single crochets. Skip the last chain that you just did and insert your hook into the next chain. Grab your yarn, pull through. Now you have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through, and this is a single crochet. Now chain 3, so yarn over, pull through 1, 2 and 3. Then skip the next 3 chains. So we skip 1, 2 and 3. Insert your hook into the next chain and in here we will do a single crochet. And then we need 2 more single crochets into the next 2 chains. So in here comes a single crochet. And then in here a single crochet. And then we start again. We chain 3. One, 2, 3. Skip the next 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. Insert your hook into the next chain. Add a single crochet and then 2 more single crochets into the next 2 chains. And this is our rhythm for this row. 3 single crochets, 3 chains, skip 3 chains and then again 3 single crochets until we reach the end of the row. When you've reached the end of the row, there should be 5 chains left. So here, first we'll do 3 chains. So 1, 2 and 3. Then again skip 3 chains, 1, 2, 3. Insert your hook into the second to last chain, add a single crochet and then another single crochet into the last chain. So this is how our crochet looks like now. Our beautiful pattern consists of 4 rows that we need to repeat, A, B, C and D. We start with A now. Row A starts with a chain, so we chain 1. Then we turn our work and then we need to do some double crochets. So we see here this space between the chains. We yarn over, insert the hook into this space here, grab the yarn, pull through. We have 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over again and pull through 2 loops, and this is a double crochet. and we need 5 double crochets into this space. Yarn over, insert the hook, grab the yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then we need 3 more double crochets. After we did 5 double crochets, we will do a single crochet into the middle single crochet that we see here. So we see here 3 single crochets, and we insert the hook into the middle one, grab the yarn, pull through, yarn over and pull through. So we did here a single crochet on top of the middle single crochet of the former row. And then to the next space that we can see, we add again 5 double crochets. So row A started with a chain, then we turned the work. We did 5 double crochets into the space, 1 single crochet into the middle single crochet of the former row, and then we repeat that 5 double crochets, 1 single crochet, and then again 5 double crochets, 1 single crochets, until we reach the end of the row. So I did here my 5 double crochets, and then I find the middle single crochet of the former row. So basically I skip 1 single crochet and then insert my hook in here, and I add a single crochet. So this is how row A looks like. At the end of row A, I did my 5 double crochets, then I skip the single crochet that I see here, and I insert my hook into the chain that I can find at the very end of my row, and I add a single crochet here. So I finish row A with a single crochet into the last chain of the former row, and then I can start with row B. Row B starts with 3 chains, then I turn my work, and I can see here the 5 double crochets from row A. I skip the first double crochet that I can see, and into the middle 3 double crochets I will add single crochets on top of them. So skip the first double crochet that you can see, insert your hook into the next double crochet, add a single crochet, also into the next double crochet and into the next double crochet, and then there's 1 double crochet from this group of 5 double crochets left. You chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip the next 3 stitches, go to the middle 3 double crochets of the next group of 5 double crochets and add single crochets in here. So here comes a single crochet, then here into the 3rd double crochet of my group of 5, into the 4th double crochet of my group of 5, and I skip the last double crochet. I skip this one, I skip the single crochet in between the 5 double crochets, and I skip the first double crochet of my next group. So I skip this one, I skip this single crochet, and I skip this stitch. In here again I'll do single crochets, and in between my single crochets I always chain 3. So this is my 3rd single crochet, then I skip the next 3 stitches, I chain 3, and then I add 3 single crochets on top of these 3 double crochets. So this is how it looks like with row B. In the end of the row I need to chain 2, so yarn over and pull through 1 and 2, and then I connect these 2 chains with a single crochet. skip the double crochet that you can see here and insert your hook into the next stitch and add a single crochet. And this is the end of row B. Now we can continue with row C. Row C starts with 3 chains, 1, 2 and 3. Then we can turn the work and we can find a space here where we chained 2 in row B. We yarn over and here we can find this space and we need to add 2 double crochets into that space. So 1 and then another one. So row C starts with 3 chains and then 2 double crochets into that space. And then we find these 3 single crochets. We insert the hook into the middle one and we add a single crochet on top of that. Then into that big space here we add 5 double crochets. So from here on it's very similar to row A. Whenever we find a big space we add 5 double crochets and then we find the 3 single crochets from the former row and add a single crochet on top of the middle one. So here I'm doing my 5 double crochets and then I can see the 3 single crochets from the former row. I find the middle one and add a single crochet. And I continue like this until the end of the row. 5 double crochets into that space, a single crochet on top of the middle single crochet here, and then again 5 double crochets and so on. At the end of row C, I can find here a space where we did the 3 chains in the beginning of row B, and I will add 3 double crochets into that space. So from my last single crochet I yarn over, insert the hook into that space and I do a double crochet and then 2 more. And this was my row C. Now we can continue with row D. And row D starts with a chain. So we chain 1 and then we can turn our work. Then we skip the chain that we just did and we skip the first double crochet that we can see here from row C. So this and this we skip, insert the hook into this double crochet and we add a single crochet. Then we chain 3, 1, 2, 3. We skip the next 3 stitches. We find the middle 3 double crochets of the group of 5. So we skip these 3, 1, 2 and 3, and then we insert the hook into the second double crochet of this group of 5 and we add a single crochet on top of that and on top of the next 2 double crochets. So from now on it's very similar to row B. You do the 3 single crochets, chain 3, skip the next 3 stitches, the double crochet here, the single crochet and then the double crochet here, and in these 3 double crochets we will do single crochets. And we will continue like this until the end of row D. At the end of row D, I will again skip the 3 stitches and I will do a single crochet into the last double crochet that I can find here. So insert the hook into this last double crochet of row C, which is actually the first double crochet that we did in the beginning of row C. we'll do a single crochet, and then we insert the hook under these 3 chains and we'll add another single crochet. So we end our row D with 2 single crochets. So these were our 4 rows, A, B, C, and D. A and C are very similar, and B and D are very similar, just the beginning and the end are always a little bit different. And now I can start with row A again. And I repeat row A, B, and C until I have the length that I want. So row A again, I chained 1, I turned my work, and I start with the 5 double crochets into that space. And then I'll do a single crochet into the middle single crochet of the former row. I repeated my 4 rows until my crochet piece was 78 centimeters long. So this is how that looks like. And now I want to add a border. So I made sure to end my rows with either row B or row C because I need that straight line for my border. And I will do the border with double crochets. So first we start by chaining 3 so that we have the right height. And then wherever I see a stitch, I just add a double crochet. So here I can see 2 chains, so I will do 2 double crochets. And then after that I can see 3 single crochets, so I just add a double crochet on top of each single crochet that I can see. And this is how I will continue until I reach the next corner. Wherever I see a stitch, I just add a double crochet on top of that, either a single crochet or a chain. So here I'm doing another double crochet on top of the 3rd single crochet, and then here I see 3 chains, so I just add 3 double crochets into that space. And this is how our first row of double crochets look like. And then we need to do a corner. The corners we will do with 2 double crochets. So we insert the hook into the corner and we add 2 double crochets into the same stitch or space. Then we chain 2 and then we add another 2 double crochets into that same space in here. So each corner consists of 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then another 2 double crochets, all into the same stitch or space. And then we can continue with the double crochets on this side. So this side is a little bit trickier because we cannot just add a double crochet on top of each stitch that we can see. We have to be a little bit more careful with the spacing. So try to add the double crochets wherever it fits, so it's not too far away but also not too close to each other. And when we've done that side, we add another corner, which will again be 2 double crochets, chain 2 and 2 double crochets, and then we are on our 3rd side. So this is how it looks like, and I've already added the next corner, and now I am on this side of my crochet piece. Here I will also add 3 double crochets wherever I see that big space. So 1, 2, and a 3rd one. And then I can see 3 single crochets here, and I will do a double crochet on top of each single crochet. And then again 3 double crochets into that big space, and so on. When we reached our starting point, we need to connect the first and the last double crochet that we did, and we will do that with a slip stitch. So insert your hook into the first double crochet that you did in the beginning, grab your yarn and pull through, and this was our first round of double crochets. We will need 2 more rounds of double crochets, so we start right here by chaining 3. 1, 2, 3, and then we will turn our work because we will work our second round into the other direction. From now on, we will do our double crochets only into the back loop, so the loop that is farther away from us. And we will do the double crochets only into the back loops until we reach the corner. When we've reached the corner, we will do 2 double crochets, chain 2 and 2 double crochets into that space that you can see here. So this is my first double crochet, another double crochet, and then chain 2, and then again 2 double crochets into that same space. And we will do that for each corner, 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. And after you've done the corner, you continue with the double crochets into the back loop only. Yarn over, insert the hook into the back loop only, grab your yarn, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. And this is how we'll do our first round for the border. When you finished your second round, you will connect the first and the last double crochet with a slip stitch. So insert the hook, grab your yarn and pull through, and then we need a last round of double crochets. Again, chain 3, and then turn your work because again we want to crochet into the other direction. And we will do the same as in the second row. We will do the double crochets on top of each double crochet that you can see from the former row, but only into the back loop. And when you reach the corner, you will do 2 double crochets, chain 2 and 2 double crochets into that space that you can see. And after the corner, you continue with the double crochets into the back loop only until you reach the first double crochet of your third round again. And then a last time we need to connect the first and the last double crochet with a slip stitch, and then we can do a finishing knot and we are done with our crochet piece. Then all we need to do are some slip stitches for the sides. So we lay our crochet piece down. I have the right side inside, so the wrong side is outside right now so that later we cannot see the slip stitches. And we will do slip stitches from the corner where you can see the green stitch marker 25 centimeters up to until we reach the red stitch marker here. So grab your yarn again and we'll do a slip knot, and we go to the corner where the green stitch marker is, insert your hook into that corner space that we always did. So insert here, grab your yarn and pull through that loop also. Now you have connected the yarn with our crochet piece and we can start with the slip stitches. Insert the hook into the front loop here, so the loop that is closer to you. And then here insert your hook into the back loop, so the loop that is farther away from you. Grab your yarn and pull through. And then onto the next stitch. Front loop first, and then back loop, and then grab your yarn and do a slip stitch. And you continue like this until you reach the second stitch marker. Front loop, back loop, and a slip stitch. When you've reached the second stitch marker, all you need to do is a finishing knot and you're done. Of course, you need to do the same with the other side because we want to have 2 sleeves, of course. And when you've sewn in all the loose ends, you are done with your beautiful shrug. This was such a fun project. I love how the shrug turned out. It's beautiful in its colors and in its pattern. It's cozy and warm and perfect for the weather that we have outside right now. And I hope you have fun crocheting.